It's Tuesday. Woo! Oh Lord, I didn't even. Holy cow! Oh, I might need a filter. What's everybody up to today? It's Tuesday. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so I just simply put the chat on subscribers because, you know, it's hard out here for a pimp. I mean, for a PJ. Hey, Turtle Madness, Pittsburgh Nurse, Value Babe, Bams, Cricket Day, Michelle Lynn, Donna Roland. Good to see everybody this morning. Super early. Bright and chipper this morning. Man, I kind of missed StreamYard. I didn't renew this time because StreamYard was $9.99. I had like the absolute lowest option because sometimes I go live, sometimes I don't. And it wasn't something that I was really needing every single day. So like I didn't realized that all of a sudden it was going to start charging me $45, and I was like, oh hell, because I don't use it enough. So I stopped using StreamYard, but that means I have to go live directly from YouTube, which means every morning you see my beautiful face with absolutely no glory. Good morning, Justice Jane. Good to see you. Hey, Trio Girl, Turtle Madness. Thank you, Turtle Madness. It's like every day for the last, this is week 2. We've been listening to court cases, mainly Leilani Simon. She's accused of the unaliving of Quinton Simon, her little baby boy. He was 20 months at the time, and we've heard testimony from every police officer in the vicinity. We've heard all of the police officers and their mamas and the FBI agents and some family members and the babysitter's child. It's just, I have so much to say on it that it's like almost therapeutic that I talk about it in the morning because I just feel like it's got to come out somehow. Um, there's so, there's only so much that I can discuss after work, and me and Dolly don't talk much about it because of the fact that it's like go 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 all day long, and then at the end of the night it's kind of like, oh my god, like it's just too much. And then watching her just not really have any emotion when all of the stuff. Hey, Miss Kathy, I hope Chopper Lily's here. She was looking to say hi to you. um but Morning, PJ in chat was watching Tip on replay. Oh, hell, that's a lot of dough, girl. Dough. Yeah. Ah. So, yesterday we saw that the drug dealer that she allegedly had dealings with, Bumpin' Uglies, was going to testify. And due to the graphic nature of the text messages and the uh, sexual content, and then I guess this dealer had past dealings with cases he had to testify to come, and he was uncomfortable being on camera broadcasted live to the audience. So the judge actually agreed to not allow his testimony to be broadcast to the public. And I'm like, that was the whole thing. That was the whole, like, if there was a highlight to this madness, that would be it. And I can't even say it's a highlight because, like, we're not celebrating the fact that this lady's on stand or on trial for unaliving her precious baby. Hi, Rose Petal. Good to see you. Thank you. Um, it's just, that was the one thing that I wanted to see because I felt like up until that point, it's not like she was winning. I don't feel like she was winning. Informants are protected. I agree. You're right. Informants are protected. You're right. That makes sense. He was gonna testify to something in the future, I believe, and it was a big case. Thank you for posting my apps, Miss Kathy. Never required, but truly appreciated. I definitely run on coffee, and I don't feel as guilty when I'm gifted stuff in the apps, so I buy coffee, and that's probably why I'm so fat. Coffee from Starbucks probably has the most trans fat in it, which is, I think, the bad fat. I don't know. I need to do a lot more work as far as dieting. And I fidget a lot, so I noticed yesterday, some people said how I was picking at something. I was not. I was just fidgeting. Um, yeah, I wanted to see what they had to say. I think the fact that they read all the text messages, I think that kind of painted a picture as to what was going on. I didn't realize he was that old or that disgusting, but I guess I don't want to judge people. It's just drugs will make you do bad stuff, in my opinion. Um, Thank you. I say fat like I'm fluffy. Thank you, Turtle Madness. You're awesome. Valley got mad at me. I agreed with judge's ruling to get and got. No, I don't think he got mad. It may have seemed that way. I think he's very invested emotionally in this case because he was there, and then he got such harsh criticism for being there that he's very emotional about the outcome or the events of the case currently. And so I think that's why he may seem as if he's having an anger response or a bad reaction. He simply just, I don't know, but that was like the juicy part of the case. So I totally wanted to see it. I wanted to hear about it, but I understand why the decision was made because, informants are protected. Janae, good morning. And I say fat, chunky, not like huge. When I say fat, I don't look at it like, oh my God, I'm telling everybody I'm just horrific or just awfully obese. I know that I need to lose a little bit. And I know that the Starbucks every day basically is pretty much probably not the best way to lose. You know what I mean? This is what I've really found out being on YouTube and being with somebody that's a lot bigger than me on YouTube is that a lot of people listen and watch and take a lot of what gets said uh very literally, or they become very upset over little things that I don't necessarily perceive are bad, like the whole fat comment. Um it's very, very important, I believe, to keep an open mind and to kind of go outside yourself and recognize that sometimes somebody doesn't actually mean something exactly. Hey, Granny's watching. I hope you're okay. Um, I was looking at stuff about that. I'm not gonna comment on that. It's ridiculous. But moving along, watch the sugar and sugar is the devil. Sugar is the devil. Did you guys know there's sugar in toothpaste? This is why I usually take notes. Whenever I do streams, like before, when I used to have like organized streams that were on topic, I would have a notepad and I write everything down because of the fact that I will look at something in chat and be like, oh, look, squirrel. Woo! Hey, squirrel. How are you doing, squirrel? But did you guys know there's sugar in toothpaste? Push one. If you guys knew that there was sugar in toothpaste, push one. I need to know if it was just me that just found out because I literally found out recently and I'm like, hello, isn't that a little counterproductive? Sugar and toothpaste. So, yeah, I need to start putting makeup on. It's hard not to look at yourself and then realize you're like broadcasting to the universe, and it's like I pick apart stuff. I know I do, but here we are. You guys didn't know either. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm pissed we don't get to see. Yeah, it's like the tea of the case, and I don't necessarily feel like that we are privy to see the tea, I guess. And men don't find Skeletor chart. I agree. I agree. It's just a couple pounds. I could afford to not have the bad for you coffee every morning. That's all. But so back to the case because I got distracted as usual. Um she's going to go into day 7 today, and I don't know that there's witnesses left that are uh great grand, like a big finale type witness, except for Baba Moss, which is Quinton Simon's daddy, which he didn't really get to see Quinton that much. And I know that him and Leilani had a horrific relationship according to Leilani, but we all know there's two sides to every story. So we might get to see part of his side on the stand. Um what was up with the arrest warrant that she signed off one and kept one? Anyone know? Um I don't know, that's a good question. What's up with the arrest warrant? I heard the plug dealer was only on the stand for around 10 minutes, no bombshells apparently. Yeah, I think that we basically got the gist of his testimony from the text messages they read and revealed. And so I don't really think that there was a huge thing. I just kind of like wanted to see him, or I don't know. It's silly. I know it's not my business and it shouldn't be something that upset me or bothered me in any way. It's like Quinton Simon didn't get the chance to live another day while these people are getting privied to privacy. I don't know. Judge signed one arrest warrant away for Craig and kept one. It was weird. Huh. Yeah, that is weird. DMOS, hey PJ. They asked where he was. GPS coordinates showed him near. The warrants were for Craig and his cousin. Yeah, they are required to testify. Why you say bicycle at the end of Oh, I used to work with a manager, well, business owner. I was the manager in an electric company, and every time that I would leave, he would say bicycle, and then he said it was from some radio talk show host or something because they always said bicycle. But I picked it up. I don't know. I stole his line. It just sounded like a cool thing to say when I left, bicycle. And I don't know. Nothing really to it other than that. The cost of a child's life, it's horrific. I just don't understand. I've had a couple of miscarriages, and when I say a couple, I mean I lost count. Um, I wasn't necessarily wanting to have several children. I just basically always knew that I wanted a child, and when I was at the right age and not necessarily with the right person, but I thought, like, what the heck? Here we go. I'm just gonna just continue trying, I guess, since I kept having miscarriages. And after the one finally stuck, which, like I said, I stopped counting, but I necessarily wasn't in the right mindset to just actually even have a kid, which is terrible to say. Because, like, why do you have miscarriages for a 5-year span and not want to have a kid or attempt to purposely have a kid? But I was. Um, with my daughter, they actually told me finally why I was having miscarriages, and it was due to translocated chromosomes, which they believe, excuse me, they believe happened because I was born close enough to Chernobyl, which it's like, that's weird. But basically what it means is like chromosome 8 and 12 aren't split equally, but they're all there. So it's not like I'm not all fully developed chromosomally, but when I reproduce, it doesn't split correctly in the middle because it's not equal. But my daughter actually had, they said, a 17% chance, 17%, you guys, of not having at least what I have. So 17% chance of coming out completely normal, no chromosomal translocation, and nothing else wrong. And she was 17%. So that's a blessing. And I'm truly blessed to have a daughter. And I think that's why this hits me really hard, is because I always wanted a boy first and then a girl because I was the oldest. My sister's 7 years younger than me. And I don't know why I like the idea of having an older brother. So I thought if I gave my kid an older brother as a child, girl, whatever, I already had the girl. I just imagine it in my mind like I would have a boy and then a girl and then but life doesn't work out how you want it to sometimes. And so it's really, I think that's why the case hits hard for me, because it's like, and that would have been what a cute little kid. Like that would have been somebody's big brother. That would have been anyways, she's a miracle. Yes, ma'am. My girl came before my boys. Yeah. And I clearly you don't really necessarily get to pick what you get in life. You don't get to order the kids in the way that you want them to. I mean, I know that now, but that was when younger me thought I was going to just get things a certain way, I guess. But yeah, I think that's why the case affects me so much, is that it's just I just can't I can't imagine being able to just pop kids out one by one, 3, here we are, and she was 22 years old. He never got to be a big brother, uncle, father. Yeah, it's so sad. I, yeah, the boy can protect the girl, exactly. And look, it's already 7:24. I've been on for 15 minutes and I feel like I just started talking. And I mean, I could sit here and talk all day, but the internet's hard lately. At least YouTube is. It's hard to know what to say, how to say it. Everybody gets upset with everything, and then, here we are looking at lawyers because apparently I'm not even going to talk about it. I promised myself I wasn't going to talk about it. It is what it is. Add your name to papers anytime they don't like what you're talking about. It's all right though. Yeah, Alabama mom. I know. It's just hard. It was hard. I was holding in. I didn't I didn't cry up until that point, I don't think. I never wanted a girl with my attitude. I could, yes, I didn't even really think about that. And then I got one, and like my kid is the spit and image of me. And then with her attitude, it's like a little mini version of me. But when I was her age, I had respect for my parents. My mom, I was born in Croatia, and so, like, with my mom, she's kinda like she talks like a mob boss, and then when I was a kid, she'd just string you up in a heartbeat, like, just grab you by the arm and just that's how they discipline there, so, I mean, it's nothing like, "Oh my god, I was abused," but, I mean, it's not like I had an easy life, and, yeah, I would never talk to my mom like my kid talks to me, but, she's got that smart. I'm gonna tell you a story, and then I've gotta go. She was probably, like, 6, maybe, and we're in the line at the grocery store paying for groceries, and I'm, like, just standing there minding my own business. My child decides to smack her own arm and is like, "Ow, mom!" What? I'm like, so I'm like grasping onto her arm, like, oh, you. Everybody's looking at me like I done just smacked the crap out of this kid. I'm like, where did that even come from? Why would you do that? Stop. Jesus. And then there was another time at Chuck E. Cheese. One last story, and then I really got to go. She freaking would not stop throwing. She just got these like prize money prizes for her tokens at Chuck E. Cheese. She gets like some ball thing that you toss or whatever. She's throwing it at my face and laughing. I think it had like a different component, like several balls in it or something. Because I remember she just kept throwing different ones at me and she kept decking me in the face. So I look at her and I said, and this was when she was like 3. I said straight up in front of everybody in the middle of the Chuck E. Cheese, I said, if you throw that at me one more time, I will rip your arm off. And she's like laughing hysterically because I'm not gonna rip the kid's arm off now. Come on. The people in the freaking Chuck E. Cheese are like, you can't even imagine their horror. They're like, this lady just said she was gonna rip this little baby's arm off, and my kid's laughing hysterically, like, oh my god. I'm like, okay, yeah, we gotta go. That's enough. That's enough. But see, that's the type of personality we're dealing with here. Like, that's, you know. So yeah. Hope everybody has a great day. I got 2 minutes to go into work. See, I keep doing this, and then I run in here like, oh my god, there's a fire. Uh, anyways, hope you guys have a great day on that note, and I look forward to watching this case with you guys. Make sure you join us on Dolly Vision. It's gonna start at 9:30, I believe, because Court TV has it set up for 10. I didn't catch the last part. We were at the doctor's, so I don't know if she said they were starting a little late, but we'll be there at 10 today. Bicycle.